to hot issues on the hot seat right here on HUV TV with me, Bitami Elisha. And actually, I've actually been on a break, and then we are back. And this time around, we are giving it to you back to back. So be ready for everything and anything just on campus and outside campus. We are here to serve you. All right. And moving forward, we are today joining me in the studios. We are going to be discussing a very hot topic right now on campus. And joining me in the studio is Mr. Opoku Sapon. Mr. Opoku Sapon, you are welcome.
Thank you, Honorable.
Yes, this is one of the hottest man on campus right now, the
Yes.
most trending man on campus. And let me say the most powerful man on campus if you don't know. Because of him, anything, the activities of the SRC, especially the handing over, and we are not going anywhere. We are waiting for him to give us the go ahead. Sorry, and I believe I'm hoping, sir, at the end of this interview, an answer, my discussion with him, he's going to release us and then ask us to go. Mr. Opoku, you are welcome.
Thank you, Honorable, once again.
It's been a while.
Yeah. I
How
know
has
you've been bashing me on
oh no, I don't
social
bash.
agenda.
No, I don't bash
You've
you.
been
I've never
bashing.
bashed you before.
You sure?
No. I think it was only one thing I commented, and you said I shouldn't have said that, and I said,
Oh,
oh,
yeah.
so I don't no, I actually don't bash people. Oh, let me look into the camera and say it to my audience. You see, I don't people see that maybe I talk a lot or maybe I can't keep quiet. Like if I see something going wrong, I need to address it. You see, so I don't bash you unless maybe you bring yourself. All right. So moving on, uh, I've never bashed you. Let me use that.
I
And
accept.
and today we are not here to talk about me. We are here to talk about you.
Yes, sir.
Why we are here today is that you are saying that we shouldn't hand over. Mr. Opoku, can you tell me? I really don't understand you though. I hope that by the end of this discussion, you will enlighten us as to, even though I'm making jokes of it, but it's actually very serious.
Oh, yeah.
Most of our administrative works at the SRC is on hold, and the current executives they are finished school and they need to go. They can't leave because you are holding them, and those who are supposed to resume office, you are holding them, and we the students, you are holding us. So, how did we get here?
Thank you for the opportunity. It's true. And I'll first of all render an apology to anybody that this issue has affected. That wasn't how we planned it.
Okay.
But, in this world, you have to prepare for everything. So this is where we've gotten to. So you accept it. But we got here because after the election, we realized some irregularities during the election, which I believe that I lost the election because of some of the irregularities, which can be prevented or could have been prevented by the electoral commissioner, which may be, I don't know if it was something deliberate or maybe it was oversight or it was, I don't even know what to say. That I believe that based on that, I lost the election.
Okay, so we will come back to that. But then let me ask you this. You are doing your top up. So
Yes.
can you tell me your experience in politics when it comes to student politics here? You have done your HND and then you are doing your top up in the same institution. How have you experienced the transition of power from one administration to the other since you started the school and up till now?
Okay. For the ATU student politics, I think I would say so this before this issue came, I've been here for almost 5 years and I've witnessed 4 times election on campus, and I would say so far so good. When it comes to election, you won't get it smooth. By all means, you get some curiosity and some hey
Violence more.
violence, some, but all the time we try to stabilize them. But only just the current one that I would say that it has gone out of the school judicial system. So
Yes,
I would
so
say so far so good.
So talking of the school judicial system, you mentioned there were irregularities that you believe that led to your loss in the election. So I'd want to ask you, what are some of the irregularities that you have witnessed, and do you have do you have evidence to all those things you are going to mention?
Oh yeah. before you go to court or you see a lawyer to lead you on your case, it's not every lawyer. There are some lawyers, when you present yourself to them, they will listen to your issue. If they realize you don't have a case, they will tell you straight. Because the moment they also lose in court, it also tarnishes their reputation.
Yeah.
It's a reputational damage to them.
Yes.
So some of them, and you cannot go to court without evidence, without vivid evidence, because court, we don't use assumption, we don't use common sense. So I surely have evidence to
So
whatever I was saying.
what are some of the irregularities that happened during the election that has brought us to this level?
Oh, during the election, what I witnessed was a lot. One was my stronghold at home, which is procurement department. People were in a queue. About, if I won't lie to you, more like 100 to 200 voters were in a queue. The EC denied them, or he stopped them from voting. And in the
From the procurement department.
yes, from the procurement department. And in the
So
2016,
people were denied access to vote.
yes,
Is
people were
it only
denied.
the procurement or other departments
For that was where I was at that
at
moment.
that moment? So
And
what you
and
saw was at that department.
and even there was other polling centers that they closed even before 5.
They closed the
They
election.
closed the election because nobody was in the queue. So after just the 5, they closed. I think building and marketing, those polling centers were closed. But for purchasing, I was there. For during that time, because of the
Yes.
curiosity, so I was there. So that's the only place at that moment I can see. And that place is also my stronghold.
Stronghold, yeah.
So I was also focusing on there. And most of the people who were in the queue were my classmates, because we are weekend students. So most of them, they worked, and the election was held on weekdays. So
So as I think basically you have mentioned one. People
yeah,
were being prevented from
from
voting. Is
voting.
there any other things that?
Yes, and also people who were not students were also voting.
What are you telling me? You mean people who are not students?
Yes, they were voting.
How?
Oh, I was there when
Because
somebody was voting, and the current, even I'll give you an example, the current TUSAC organizer,
yes,
he made mention that I know this guy. He's not a student. They were 3. And they slapped the guy. Somebody from
the current
behind.
TUSAC organizer, that is Steven, right?
I don't really know his name.
Yes, I'm from TUSAC,
Oh,
so I
okay.
don't know
The
if
organizer.
I'm getting the name right, but I know him.
Oh yeah. He was slapped.
He was
And
slapped
yes, he was slapped
for because he
because
noticed somebody who is not.
somebody is not a student anymore.
Because if we vote with our student IDs. So if you are not having your student ID, how did your name get into the register for you
Yes,
to vote?
that is why these are the main reason why I wanted some of this issue to be addressed. That's why I was pushing this issue harder, so that to raid the administration, so that they will come in. We always say the SRC, they are independent, but the SRC does not exist on isolation.
Yes,
Without the school, the SRC cannot exist. Do you get it? So if things are happening or things are going on, I believe that the management also have a say.
yes,
Do you get it? Because the EC, the EC, they appointed 2 EC. I hope you know that.
yes.
The
One
first
was
EC
yes,
was sacked a day before election.
yes.
A day before election. And the one who came, he said he want to do everything new. During the election, before the other EC was sacked, he printed 8,000 ballot books for each portfolios. When he was sacked, the other one who came, before he also took over, 200 ballot papers got missing from each portfolio.
So if I'm getting you right, the old ballot papers that the old EC chair printed,
Printed.
the same they
They,
used,
they use the same, and we
but then
some
200 of it got
got missing.
missing.
And we were insisting that they should change the ballot books. They didn't change it.
Okay,
And also, the people that the second EC employed them as the name,
appointed.
appointed them as the name checkers and the indelible ink
Yes,
controllers and all those people. It will shock you that some of them, I won't say all, some ignore the naming register. They don't even watch the people, whether their names are there. I don't know whether it was a plan or it was something that they formulated, or I don't know. I have a witness to that. Even from the EC chair, he told me that he got the information Then so he went there to change the guy.
Mm.
Because you'll be surprised that somebody can vote from
Okay,
purchasing.
so I'm coming. Let's go for this quick break, and then when we resume, we'll continue from where we stopped. Well, welcome back from that quick break, and then thank you for staying with us. So, Mr. Opoku, moving forward, I want to ask: we have judicial systems in the school that is meant to regulate or check these things when they happen. So, why are we out of the school systems and then we are now in the courts?
Yeah, it's good. It's good to ask this question. It wasn't my motive to tarnish the image of the school or the SRC by
I
taking.
don't I don't call it to be tarnished. You are already looking out
Oh,
for
we in the when it comes in organizational structure, the moment as a company or as an organization, your matters or your issue get
out
out
of
of
the
the year
organization
to court, it's a form of reputational damage to the
institution.
organization or
Yeah.
to the institution, because they say obi ambeso besi ni nneọma fi wɔ abɔnten, and we
Okay.
believe that people are here, respectable people are here who can solve this
Yeah.
kind of issue.
It could have been
Yes,
squashed
yes. So
here.
why must it been
Go
taken out
out.
of
Yeah.
the yes? So it's one way or the other looks like a reputational damage to most of the institution, and that wasn't my motive. But when the issue happened, I tried my best to to follow the internal judicial process.
System. Yeah.
Yeah, the judicial system. And first of all, you have to write to the ordinary chamber, which I did. And the ordinary chamber sat on the matter. But the issue that I took there, you know, they swept the case to like
A
different way.
different thing.
Something like, you've done an election. I came to you that I believe that there was an overvoting, or I spotted fake papers in the ballot during the counting.
Mm.
And they asked me I should bring evidence. Without you visiting the papers, how can we see, say, whether what I'm saying is true
Yes.
or is not? Do you get it? And in every contest or even voting election process, you have every right to call for a recounting, as many as the EC will bring in their ally. And there wasn't any ally that governed them. And so far as the school constitution is subjected to the mother constitution,
Mm.
we have to also sometimes drag some of our responses from the main constitution. So I told them that I want them to revisit the paper, because I'm suspecting there was an overvoting and there was also some fake papers in there.
Mm.
And they deny it. They
They
say I don't.
denied
Yes,
revisiting your
yes,
ballots.
yes. They say I
The
don't have
ballots. Sorry.
any vivid evidence. So because of that, they can't. And the most painful aspect is when you meet any judicial committee like that, they will give you the opportunity to argue your case. And per our argument, we argue, we made the irregularities that I mentioned earlier
Mm.
on: overvoting, people were denied from voting,
Mm-hmm.
people were voting, students were caught, already voted students were caught at different voting centers in a queue casting the vote
Votes
again.
again.
People who were not students were voting,
Voting.
who were caught. Somebody even went to purchasing to take a stamp. The guy, we saw the guy. He even came to the ordinary chamber sitting, and nothing was done to these people. So I realized that no, then there's something fishy. So we need to take a
So
step
the
to
ordinary
address.
chamber didn't give you that
It didn't
attention
give us the
needed.
attention to revisit
And
the
then
paper.
what is next after the ordinary chamber? I think the
So
appellate chamber.
per the school, yes, per the school judicial system, it's next after the appellate chamber. And one thing you must also know is, in the context of the law, I'm not a lawyer. I'm just
Okay.
speaking as a normal student's
Mhm.
perspective. Where remedies doesn't exist, you don't force it to exist.
Okay.
I cannot force the appellate chamber to be formed. So if maybe the chief justice realize maybe this issue, you need a legal or a professional legal minded solution. That's where maybe he will refer you to appellate or something like that. So I wrote you to dean. After the appellate, it will go back to dean if you are not satisfied with the ruling. So I wrote to dean. I didn't get any response. We visited the dean. Dean told us that the issue
So in short, was any appellate chamber set up to
it
visit
was
your case?
later
Mm.
when I took the matter to court
Before they now
before the appellate was
formed.
formed. And before I even went to the court, the VC told me they've instructed the president to form the appellate. So I went to him to ask him. It was a lot. He said a lot that I can't even say some of the issue on air. So that's where I decided no. Then if I don't take care, things will pass my hand because
Mm.
I got some
Okay.
intel that they're about to do the handing over.
Okay. Then that is where the
That
injunction
is
came in.
where, yes,
Okay, so people are also of the opinion that Charlie, this thing is school politics. You should just give up. So, and I at some point I begin to think, okay, yeah, at the end of the day, you are spending just a semester in school and you are gone. So why not just let go? Is it because of what you have invested into your campaign? What is actually uh, giving you that spirit to fight instead of giving up, or maybe just letting things be?
not at all. Since level 100, I and some other colleagues, we started paying some of my colleagues' school fees for them. We don't have money.
Eh,
Oh yeah, we are
ah,
hustling.
I've not paid my fees, so
We don't have money. We are hustling with the likes
yeah.
of Child of God, Mr. Usu, Prince, Mary, a whole lot. They were my colleagues. I got to realize that some people were dropping out of the school because of fees.
Mm.
So we teamed up and we did some contribution to, some people, Jonas, them, they used to pay 2,000.
Like
Then,
seriously,
oh yeah, then we also added up. So it became like some of my mates, they were all looking up to me. Sometimes you'll be there, somebody will come, Opoku, please, I've not paid my fee. Is there any way you can help?
help me.
They were just finding their ways if I can support. If I have the means, I do support. And I also assisting students, to get fund scholarships and
Mm.
student loans and all those. I've assisted a lot because now I knew a certain guy there who, when they send applications, I will just forward their details to them. If there's a chance, the guy used to help them. So I decided that then why then with this short time that I will go out of the school, why wouldn't I aspire for some of the positions so that when I become an SRC executive, I'll have
It will
more
give you
power,
more room to
yes, to
help
fight
more
for the
people.
student. Because I even before then, I had some conversation with somebody at Ghana Petroleum and Ghana Gas concerning this scholarship
Scholarships.
that I wanted to secure permanent scholarship, permanent slots for ATU students. So that was the agreement. So in every year, we have like 10, 20 students from ATU who automatically
Who have a
they will
scholarship.
have the scholarship and they will sort it through the office of the finance. This was what I wanted to do. So because of some of this issue, that's why I came to aspire for the position, but not with the motive of maybe coming to gain money from the
Yes, because
SRC.
people
No,
believe
no, no,
you
no.
have ulterior motives. Because if it is just that and you have lost, maybe the people believe, sir, Charlie, let it be. And so because you are fighting, people say, hey, this guy, he wants to come and embezzle the money. That is why he will not let things be. What do you have to say to all those critics
No.
out there?
In politics, you have propaganda there. If you want to focus on these propagandas, you
Mm,
will move on.
sure.
People were even insane. When I was the FO at my department, I spent money. My HOD is there. My department executives are there. You can visit them and ask whether they have any record like that I embezzled any money before I left office. That is their motive. And you
Mm.
know, people propaganda, people will say a lot.
So you
They've
are
been
saying
saying a
all
lot.
that is politics.
They are all politics, bro.
So let me ask you, how do you take this? I see they bash you a lot out there, especially on one of our pages, or let me say our platform, social agenda. I see that they bash you a lot out there, and sometimes you come to respond, and then that I think at some point I was even telling you not to respond to certain things. How do you take all these negative comments from students?
You see, there's a saying in Bible say my infant so no man anyhow. Do you get it? You know, if in politics, I will see politics a lot are involved.
Mm.
Look at the way they've been calling former president
Yeah,
John
a lot is
Dramani Mahama.
actually involved. Yeah.
Yes, drunkard. They've been calling Akufo-Addo some Nana Addo some names. Look at these well-being people, and so sometimes I compare myself, I benchmark them, I use myself as an example. Oh, this, even if they are insulting Nana Addo, who is Opoku? So sometimes I only respond to some of the issues just
Mm.
on a jovial way. Like I just want to entertain the platform, but I don't take them personal. The moment I will left campus, I move my car, all those things. I don't even think about them.
Okay, so let me ask you, have they, let me say the EC chair and then the SRC president, and let me say the school management, have they tried contacting you to solve this case out of court context?
Hey, I will say yes and I will say no because for the SRC president and those they've not done anything like that.
They have not
No, 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 no.
contacted you.
But it's only some lecturers on campus, some HODs that are pushing me. I should bring them out of court. And I even listened to them. And I did that.
So right now we are out of court.
I brought it and they sent it back again.
Who is the day?
I think the defendant. Because on our first sitting, I told the court that we didn't even open the matter. I told the court that, oh, I want the matter to be settled out of court. So we proposed the ADR, which is the alternative dispute resolution, at
Mm,
the court. And the defendant lawyer said they want us to bring the matter
back to court.
to campus
Okay,
so that we can fast track the solution,
okay.
the resolution. So we brought it on campus. When I came, I called the lawyer, I WhatsApp, I messaged him, I called him so
The
many times.
defendant's lawyer or your
The
lawyer?
defendant, their lawyer, they didn't attend to my call, they didn't reply my messages. So I called the first defendant, which is the president, the
Mm,
SRC president. He also didn't answer. So I called the second defendant, which is the Haruna, the EC chair,
yes.
and he replied me that he just spoke to the president. The president said I should contact the lawyer. So I give the defendant lawyer to my lawyer, a number, the contact to my lawyer.
Mm.
So when my lawyer contacted him, and my lawyer called me, Opoku, the people, I don't understand them. They are insisting we should put the injunction on only the FO, then allow the other portfolio to
To
be
hand over.
sworn in or to be commissioned or to be handled. And I don't think it's the best because when it comes to the SRC administration, the
Mm.
FO also form a very key role because without the FO, the administration cannot run.
Or maybe somebody can act in his place.
Somebody who was not elected.
No, I'm not saying somebody who is not elected. I'm very certain that even if you are the FO and there are documents to be signed and you are absent, let me say maybe you are on a trip, there is somebody in the constitution that is mandated to maybe to perform the work of an FO if you are not there currently. So the same way they
So
could have done same. They
then if
place injunction on only FO.
so if you play the injunction on only the FO, then why are you in court? Because if you play they will appoint somebody to act as an FO.
They are not appointing the person. The person will be part of the SRC executives.
Yes.
Let's
So
say
they will take an interim FO, whether the person was already elected member or not.
mm,
It's the same adequate. And
so you don't like that idea.
not I don't like the idea. And moreover, I did not take FO to court.
Okay,
When you see my
you took
court sermon,
everything.
I took the easy.
The EC and then the president.
No, the president came in because per the constitution, he represents the SRC
Mm,
on all
the head of
judicial,
the
yes, on all court issues. And he also the one who appointed the
EC.
EC chair. And when the matter came, when the management told me they've instructed the president to form the appellate, he didn't form
Wait, what is your relationship with the president?
the president,
Yes,
the incoming or the outgoing.
the current president.
Oh, we are good. He was my friend during my HND. He used to do my assignment for me because we were doing accounting. He used to help me to solve my accounting assignment. He was my friend.
Ah, so if you guys are that good, why not just squash this issue than
You see,
going back and forth?
the relationship became little separated during the election, during their SRC election.
Yes.
You know, Kekeli, Honorable Kekeli was also coming from our department, and
Okay.
he was also executive member during that time at my department. And I was the one who was also sponsoring him.
Okay.
So I told,
Oh,
uh,
you sponsor elections.
yes.
No
So
problem.
I told Honorable
Today
Dawson
I've gotten to you will pay my fees.
that
Next year I'm coming. I'm
I
coming to
told
become
I told
SRC president. So you sponsor
Dawson
me.
that because of Kekeli, I can't support him.
Okay. So
So
that is what bring that
and we are
little
still fine.
separation.
We talk. When I need something, I call him. We talk. We don't. I don't have issue with him. He also doesn't have issue with him.
Oh. So wrapping up to I want to ask what is your relationship with the current president elect, Zach?
Oh, Zach, I'm also fine with him.
You are fine
But
with Zach.
yes, but I understand his grievances in one way or the other. That he's also looking at it in a way that I'm sabotaging his administration. But that is not.
Mm.
He should just be in my shoes. If it were to be him, that thing happened to him, maybe he may do more than what I'm doing. I'm not sabotaging his administration. We are fine. He's my classmate. We sat last semester. We sat in the
No
same
problem.
class.
So are you willing to take the issue out of court?
I did.
Okay, so now it's now in their hands, the defendants.
No, yes, I did. My lawyer told them the first day. We didn't even say anything. I just told the judge we want to bring the matter
Okay.
home to solve.
So what are your final words to the people watching us this morning?
Oh, thank you for this opportunity. As I said, I will say render an apology to the those that maybe this issue has affected them most. It's not my you know motive to do this, but it has happened already. I'm also a student.
That's happened.
Yes, that's happened already. I'm also a student. Whatever the students will benefit, I also benefit.
Mm.
Do you get it? So I consider the interest of the students first. That is why I decided that no, let's bring it home to come and solve it home. But I don't know their motive that they want the student populace to know that
The
oh,
way you are saying is okay. So do you regret taking this step?
not at all.
Okay, that's fine. I think that's fine. So that was a very insightful discussion with Mr. Opoku Sapon, and then I hope that at the end of everything, we will come back to an understanding that will benefit all of us. And then thank you for watching. See you same time next week. Bye bye.